The ultimate wholesaler.
What's up, guys? It's your main man, Chris Nze, aka
The ultimate wholesaler.
If you're seeing this video, that means that you're looking to do your first or next wholesale real estate transaction within the next 30 to 90 days. If that's true, then you're definitely in the right place. Welcome to Top Wholesaler Secrets. Top Wholesaler Secrets is a 4-part series on how to go from 0 to 6 to 7 figures in as shortest time as possible with wholesale real estate. Alright, so as a new investor, getting started can be a daunting task, and believe me, I know. At first, I was all over the place, taking action on all the things that I read about or saw others more successful investors doing. Now, this was effective at 2 things. Number 1 was getting my phone ringing, and number 2, it was making me crazy with all the activity. I didn't have a system or a plan. So as part of the Flipping Bricks family, I want to help you take the pressure off of your shoulders and just relax. That's right, I said relax. Again, take the pressure off of yourself and remember that you'll be fine, and also remember that the deals will come to you after you take massive action on the right things and in the right order. So I guess your next question is, well, Chris, what are the right things and what is the right order? Right? Well, the answer is simple. We take action by segmenting all the tasks that we need to do into 4 separate management areas. Now, doing so will help you understand where you are on each deal and what you need to do next until you get to the closing table. Once I had an understanding of all these areas of my sales cycle, it became a lot easier for me to understand what needed to be done next. And this is what I hope to clarify for you here in this Getting Started guide. Again, there are 4 major areas to most of the deals that we encounter, and the following is how I like to break down each section into manageable chunks. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and name them here. We're going to deep dive on each topic after we name them all. So first we have the acquisition management role. Next up we have the seller management role. Third, we have the buyer management role. And to round it all out, we have the closing management role coming in at number 4. Alright, so let's dig in on the most important role of your business, and that is of the acquisition manager role. Alright, so when starting out, we're going to handle all of the property leads ourselves, but the goal is to outsource this task to 1 or more people that we will call our acquisition managers. Now, you're going to be the acquisition manager at first, but you're going to want to outsource this role. Now, the role of the acquisition manager is to reach out and connect with motivated sellers calling us about their properties. Again, the task is the lifeblood of your business. Without this task, nothing else will happen. So in the acquisition management phase, we get on the phone with motivated sellers that have called in from the marketing that we set up and implement. Now, the acquisition manager will also set up the initial appointment for the seller manager to go out and view the property. Again, this phase needs to always be going on in your business. It never ever stops. And listen, I repeat, this is the most vital role inside of your business. With that being said, this role can be automated after you understand the different aspects of the position. Now, the great part of this position is that the acquisition manager is only doing activities to get the sellers on the phone and setting up that initial appointment. Once the appointment is set up, the seller manager is going to be taking over. Okay, so next up is seller management. Now, once the acquisition manager has done their job and sent over a property appointment along with a little bit more information about the property, the seller manager is going to be taking over. Now, the job of the seller manager is to engage with the seller, build rapport with the seller, negotiate with the seller, and ultimately get a signed contract at a price that will work for all parties. And all parties are going to be the seller, yourself as the wholesaler, and your end buyer. Once the seller manager is able to get a signed agreement from the seller, it's time to pass the lead along to the buyer manager. The seller manager will also forward a copy of the agreement to the closing manager. And listen, I want you to always remember that the money is made when you buy the property, not necessarily when you sell it. So next, we have the buyer manager. As soon as the seller manager gets a signed agreement from the seller, it's time to pass the lead over to the buyer manager. Now, the buyer manager does a lot of the same tasks that the acquisition manager does and the seller manager does. The difference is that the buyer manager's focus is to attract buyers via marketing and any kind of relationship that they form, and then negotiate a purchase price higher than what was contracted by the seller manager with the property owner. Now, the buyer manager needs to vet the end buyer and make sure the end buyer is ready to move forward and not a time waster, aka a tire kicker. So once the buyer manager has vetted and secured a contract with the end buyer, the next step that the buyer manager has is to send over that agreement to the closing manager. The closing manager is responsible for making sure that the attorney or a title company has all the documents needed to perform a title review, or aka a title search. After that, they're going to prepare a settlement statement and ultimately close the property, aka transfer the title to the end buyer or assign the rights over to the new owner. The closing manager is also responsible for making sure that all parties that are inside of the transaction are paid. And there you have it, all the necessary management areas and roles to help you close your deals in record time. So as a brand new investor, you'll be responsible for these management roles, but again, as you do more deals and make more money, you can be able to replace yourself in each one of these roles if you want to. The real goal is to only participate in the higher paying activities like expanding your business footprint or reviewing offers and partnering with private money lenders in order to do more deals. I hope that this clarifies and simplifies the wholesale deal process for you and allows you to focus on only one of the 4 quadrants of a wholesale deal at the right time on each deal that you work on. In our next segment, we will review the acquisition manager role and also go over all the vital tasks that need to be ongoing to ensure a thriving wholesale business. And I'll see you there.
The ultimate wholesale.